My name is Barry and I've got a Land Rover problem.
Cape Land Rover Club didn't start off as Cape Land Rover Club. It was part of the Land Rover South Africa club as such. We were the False Bay branch, and that was started in 1991. We changed to Cape Land Rover Club. We're still affiliated as such, as in good friends with the Land Rover South Africa, but we're obviously in our own entity, and that's how we built up from there. So from 1991 the Cape Land Rover Club came into existence. At the moment we're sitting with about 140 members, as in families. Some overseas members, some affiliated members, affiliated members that don't necessarily have Land Rovers, but they like to follow the brand. And yeah, we've been successful with that. We, as a club, we run one outing a month. We used to have two, but it got quite a bit to handle two outings a month. But we have an outing a month and a social a month, and that's how we cater for our club members. And it varies between day runs. We'll have a weekend run, very much like this one at Papkuilsfontein, which is a long weekend. And then we do trips, Richtersveld, Lesotho. We plan various trips. So we always like to make something new and interesting for our members.
Get stuck for something,
leave them.
Dennis, Patrick, Barry, okay, all the go-to guys.
I am a member on the Land Rover Club committee, and my portfolio is clerk of the course, which is responsible for driver training, tuition, and also setting up the competitive events where driving techniques are sort of practiced and challenged. As an extension of this portfolio, when we do go on outings and I am in attendance, then one of the natural consequences of this role as a committee member would be to assist other drivers with driving technique over particularly difficult obstacles on the utilization of the vehicle to minimize risk of damage and also just to keep safety foremost.
Rockier than Richards.
Oh, good.
Jacket against that, but just by chance we haven't got tied up. Hello.
I don't think we're alone.
Why do you want to get me on my hands and knees?
You guys need any help here?
Yeah.
You'd like to
Just lie down and have a look and tell us how to straighten that thing. You just change the bar and then just get the axle straight. Or straight-ish.
So who's actually sorting it out, Barry?
Other thing we can do is we can use a tie strap as well.
Boarded and making a plan.
Yeah,
Have a look at
let's
this.
just tie it. I think we must just tie it.
been into vehicles and sport and that sort of stuff, and we've recently just come back from the UK. We've been out there for 15 years, and coming back, you know, we wanted to get back to the outdoors, and joining Cape Land Rover Club, you know, is a good thing for us, I think, as a young family. There's the club members is a good influence, I think, on Noah especially. They've got good values, good ethos that I like. And Land Rover just fits in very nicely with that for us as a family, coming back and seeing South Africa and Cape Town again from a first-hand experience, and I think doing it with a Land Rover is second to none.
Land Rover is not just one thing, it's the people, it's the cars. Obviously a lot of it is about the cars. We like the uniqueness of it, the classic part of it, the fact that they're so customizable. You can take a Defender and you can make it your own. And I think that's the beauty of it. Off the showroom, not that they make them anymore, but off the showroom you can drive them. They're very capable. As we've just at Papkuilsfontein, and we did quite a serious trail. So it's just a brand that crawls under your skin. You know, you become passionate about it, and then there's no turning back.
I joined the club to do trails and to get involved in the camping lifestyle. I've got a young daughter, and it's amazing how she's grown. We've only been doing it for about a year and a half. In fact, at this very place, this was our first camping experience, and we got a little, in the geolocation thing, we put a Hello Kitty, which we saw yesterday. You might have seen it, but it teaches children another lesson. You know, I used to be that guy in maybe a BM that from point A to point B as quickly as possible, and now it's about taking your time and taking the beauty of things. And the trail and that is so we can go anywhere, and doing this with a club with like-minded people, I think the Land Rover guys are a special bunch. First of all, they bought a Land Rover, so that makes them unique. You know, and secondly, as you saw yesterday, they're such a helpful bunch of people, and that's why we enjoy being in the club and learning about our cars.
The reason I enjoy the club for a start is like-minded people. We all like getting away, the remoteness of places, just the atmosphere in the middle of nowhere, which this vehicle, most vehicles could take you to. But more important, you can sit with a stranger and you can talk about something that you have in common, which is a Defender or a Land Rover. So straight away you've got something that you can talk about. My personal preference is the Defender, because you can customize it. You can do what you want with the vehicle internally, externally, put whatever extras you want on the vehicle. And essentially, my life has changed quite radically in the last couple of years, that I found that I far prefer going into the middle of nowhere, isolated places, and sitting around a campfire and talking about mundane things like tire pressure. Fantastic people I've met. You will never be alone in terms of if you have a breakdown. The Land Rover people will always support you emotionally, from a technical perspective. It's actually fantastic to be part of the Cape Land Rover Club.
Absolutely in love with our vehicles. That's where it starts. And then secondly, it's what we do with the vehicles. It takes us to out in the country, up the mountains, always on farms, which is what we're all in love with.
It's an absolute privilege. If you think all the places we've been to that the average person doesn't get to know, and it's the camaraderie of the people that you meet.
We're totally biased because we've made such friendships in the Land Rover Club in the last 27 years, and it's a family business.
But if you travel in a Defender on the open road, it doesn't matter where you are. If something's coming from the other side, you'll always get a wave.
And then the best of the lot, which you've enjoyed with us, is
Boma and the fire.
Yeah, after a day up a rocky mountain, quite stressful stuff, a lot of fun and laughter, and then all the trash we speak and fun and laughter around the braai fire makes it.
Principal reason for Land Rover as a choice of vehicle is as follows. I'm an outdoors person. I hike a lot and enjoy living in the outdoors, in the bush, going to interesting places. And the Land Rover Club is a collection of like-minded people that share this passion for the outdoors, and the club ethos being very strong made me choose the Land Rover Club as the place where I would go and associate with people who enjoyed the outdoors.
Why do we like a Land Rover? I think we all try to think of the answer, and I don't think anybody has got a proper answer for that. I've always loved a Land Rover from when I was young. Had the dinky toy Land Rovers, and then friends of mine had a Land Rover, and that's probably when in more earnest. His name was River Rover, and that's another story, how he got his name River Rover from Land Rover. But that was where the interest came in on Land Rovers, and always wanted a Land Rover. And in 1987 I bought my first Land Rover, and I've still got it, Medala, and it's a 109 6-cylinder. We've added to that this Landy, this is a 1984 110 V8 3.5. This has got a 90 TDI, a little shorty, and then the newer one we got is a Disco 1 3.9 V8. So obviously looking at that, we obviously like our Land Rover for some reason. Why do I like it? I don't know. I think maybe it's the smell of EP90, it's the smell of petrol, oil. Looking inside is like a Meccano set. If you look inside, it's, well, we're talking about these ones. Newer ones, like everything else, get quite complicated and complex. That's not answering the question of why I like a Land Rover, because I can. That's probably what I can say.